Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, or welcome to the channel if you're new. This is your first time, and welcome to this full video on Solana. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about some fundamentals. We'll talk about the technicals. I think the technicals at this point of time for Solana are most interesting, especially on the short term here. There's some interesting things going on, and I think that there's some interesting possibilities for trades here. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. And with Solana, in the last videos, I've rambled so much about the fundamentals that sometimes it's also time to tone that down a little bit. I mean, if you watch these videos regularly, then first of all, I appreciate it, but second of all, you know that fundamentally, I'm a pretty big fan of Solana. Do I think it's the best network out there? No, not necessarily, but I think that the development that they've done, but also the development that you can see in the metrics in the last year are better than the prices that we are at right now. All right, so therefore, fundamentally, I have a little bit of a bullish bias on Solana. But technically, those fundamentals do not always translate, right? I mean, most of you know that in crypto, it's not necessarily the fundamentally great coins that pump a lot. I mean, if you look at the best performing cryptos over the course of today, it's something like BuySwap, which has just been delisted from Binance and still pumped. So yeah, quite interesting. But let's get into Solana right here. Almost have to sneeze, so I'm trying to keep that in. But yeah, so a full update here. Technically, we're holding relatively well with the bullish momentum that we had Monday after the fundamental recovery. We managed to reclaim this major support level right here at 143, and so far we've been able to hold that. Now, we haven't seen the same momentum as what we did on Monday. Now, is that very strange? Is that bearish? No, all right. Monday we had a lot of momentum, and usually you need momentum to reclaim certain levels and to reclaim the key areas, which is what we have done. And then after that, you can get some stability, and that's what we're doing right now. However, then the question becomes: is that all right? Well, we've broken back into this area right here. We want to get up to this. My apologies, my nose is acting up, which is very annoying. But we want to get up to 151, where we have some resistance, and we want to get up to 158, 157, which is the top of the range. So the question is, well, can we do that? And that's a difficult question, because I think ultimately the answer is yes. All right. I think the markets right now are quite strong. Bitcoin has been the strongest. Bitcoin dominance has been rallying, but I do think we can see that translate into some strength, at least for majors such as Solana, Sui, XRP, Ethereum. I do think so. But then we have this area right here between 142 and 138, which I can potentially better show on this chart right here. Where we have quite a lot of imbalances, basically all the way down to 135. And I do think, especially when we have news today, such as the GDP data, when Bitcoin is nearing a major resistance level, I do think that on the short term, you should be most cautious and you should be most prepared for something like this, right? So that we first fill those imbalances, get a bit of a pullback, and that afterwards we reclaim the same support level that we reclaimed Monday, and that from there we can start to rally up higher. I think that's needed, especially in a market like right now, a summer market with tight fundamentals, or however you want to say it. I think we need to fill those imbalances, and that then we can get the move up. So do I expect the move up? Yes. Both technically and fundamentally, but I do think short term a pullback is a little bit more likely. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. So hopefully that helps. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all in my next videos. Bye.